And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, back at you with another video of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And we start with an injury update coming out of the last episode that we had. Remember, we had that crazy game between the Raptors and the Bees, and we should have some injury update news. Gio Urshela, unfortunately, got hurt for 1 to 2 months, and so did CJ Cron, a torn calf for him, so he's going to be out for a couple of months, it looks like here. So a couple of pretty big, serious injuries coming out of that game for both Seattle and Salt Lake. And so we go to the Raptors here, and we're going to have to put in somebody for Gio Urshela here, and it looks like we're kind of wanting to decide between Nick Solak or Ronald Torres. Ronald Torres took the place of Urshela in that game when we played it, but we're going to have Nick Solak there be in the starting lineup. Nick Solak right now batting .256 on the season, a couple of home runs and 15 RBIs in, about 130 at-bats or so. So he's not doing unreal or anything out of the bench here on this team, but I think he's the best choice for that role. I don't know, Ronaldo Torres just doesn't have the same potential. Nick Solak does have beat potential, so he could get better as the season progresses. But that's going to be the change there for the Raptors. We will also move him down a little bit in the order. We're going to have Jared Walsh bat second here against righties. There, so you get a good look at what that lineup looks like, and then I don't know where Walsh is going to be in that other lineup, but that's the change there. Then for the Bees, Miguel Andujar is going to play first base there over CJ Cron, and Andujar, only batting .236 right now, only 9 home runs and 23 RBIs, so he's not hitting the ball very well at the moment. But nobody really else, nobody can really play first base here on this team outside of him. So that is just what they're gonna have to do there in that lineup, and that definitely hurts that batting order right there. Not nearly as good of a lineup there in Salt Lake because of that injury. But so that's the injury updates and injury news that we have. And then now we're going to go into this critical situation here in this game in the bottom of the 9th inning, a tie game 9-9, a high-scoring affair here between Boston and New York. And so we'll jump in here. Kyle Tucker leading, or with one out here in the 9th. Scott Alexander pitching. 1-1 here to Tucker is a strike there on the outside corner. 1-2 now the count. And there's a swing and a miss. A slider there outside. A good pitch by Alexander. 2 down here in the inning now. Trevor Story at the plate. And Story is going to take that circle change inside. Story in this game is having a good night. 3 for 5 with a couple of home runs, a single, and a couple of RBIs in this one. As there's a fly ball out to center field, and it is caught by the center fielder there. I'm not sure who that is, actually. It's not Aaron Judge, but that is going to be the end of the 9th inning. And we are all knotted at 9 apiece here in Fenway, or in New Fenway in Boston. So we go to the 10th, and here's Jorge Alfaro. 0 for 4 in this game, only batting, around 220 on the season, as that's a slider that misses outside for ball 3. Eric Haas is on deck. He's 2 for 4 at the homer and a double in this game, so he's been having he's swinging a hot bat. And this one, that ball is not really even close, down in the dirt. Sean Reed Foley pitching right now for Boston, but maybe not so after that walk. Eric Haas, 2 for 4 in this game with 3 RBIs, and doesn't have a lot of sample size for him this year. But now Brooks Raley is going to come out of the bullpen here for Boston. 13.2 innings and a decent 3.29 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 6 walks. Well, let's see what he does here against Haas. On the first pitch is a swing and a drive into the gap. Kiermaier on his horse, and he can't get there. He is going to land and bounce off the wall. The runner, Alfaro, is going to come around to score as the throw is out in front of the plate. As Eric Haas delivers with a big RBI double in the gap. What a swing there by Haas, and I'm not sure why it looked like the second baseman kind of hesitated to throw that ball a little bit, but it ends up being, I don't think he would have got him even if he did throw it right away, but New York now up 10-9, and there's a bunt laid down here by this hitter, and that is going to be a good and successful bunt as that run is now 90 feet away. Sacrifice there from the backup outfielder as now Ha-Seong Kim comes to the plate, only batting .238 on the season here. 3-0 to him, and that one is inside. It might have actually hit him. I think it was just ball 4, but first and third, and I mean, those are the bottom of the order guys. Those are guys you got to take care of. As here's Christian Yelich, a homer, a single, on an RBI in this game when he's batting, .294, the near 900 OPS this season. 2-0 is a fly ball really deep here into the outfield, and near the wall, it's off of the top of the big monster out there in left, and there's 2 runs to score on another double. Christian Yelich with his 16th of the season, a 2-run double off of the tall wall in left field, and it is 12-9 New York. As Miguel Figueroa comes out of the bullpen for Boston here, 23 games, 23.1 innings, and a really good year for him so far, although the average against righties is a little high. But now 2 on, 1 out for Aaron Judge. Tough batter here. This is a fly ball deep into the outfield. Kiermaier near the wall makes the catch right out in front of it. Good play by Kevin Kiermaier as that's a tag. And Yelich will go to third base now off of that out. So now 2 out in the inning for Austin Riley, who's 0 for 5 in this game, but has 28 home runs and 53 RBIs on the season. He's been having a good year. As there's a swing and a miss on a slider to finally end a pretty brutal top of the 10th inning here for Boston pitching. New York gets 3 runs here in the top of the 10th inning, and now have another chance to close the game out here going into the bottom of the 10th, up by 3. So up comes their closer here, Kirby Yates, and 27 games for him, and 19 of 20 in save opportunities, a 2.52 ERA, only 4 walks, and those averages against are really good. Yates is having a wonderful start to his campaign here, looking for save number 20 on the season. And here's Alejandro Kirk coming up with 1 out in the inning, and he's going to pop it up in the infield. Jalen Miller here, the second baseman for New York, is going to make the play. And so there's 2 down here, only 4 pitches in for Kirby Yates, and now 1 out away from a victory. Here's Andrew McCutchen, 2 for 5, a couple of doubles and 3 RBIs in this game, batting .240 overall on the season. And let's see here with the 1-0 from Yates. Is a ground ball over to Kim at short. He's got it. The throw to first base is in time. And that is the game. New York gets the win here in Boston. A 12-9 extra inning victory. And a quick, critical situation to take you in there. I mean, these are 2 playoff teams likely here. I mean, at least the Honey Badgers are fighting for a playoff spot right now. The Barons are in first place in this division here so far this season, but a big-time win for the Honey Badgers. Not sure how many they have now on the year, but just for reference, we are really close to the All-Star break here at this point in the season, so this will be the last episode until we get to look at All-Star break stats next episode in this franchise, but next time, we'll do that next time, and then we have to finish off the Marlins in our rebuild series, finishing off year 1. We'll do that quick. We'll do that as well after we do some stat recap here in this league. But again, a 13-hit, 12-run day for the Honey Badgers. They win the first game of that series there. And so there's a nice critical situation there. But now we're going to go into another game here. Just ignore where they're playing at right now. This is, of course, not New York's home stadium, but they are playing the Houston Reapers here today. 41-36, and the Reapers have 43 wins this season. And I mean, again, this is not actually, these 2 teams are not in the same division, but Chris Paddock here on the mound for New York, and man, he's having a great year, a 2.74 ERA for him. But the guy that we're really focused in on in this game for Houston here is Jose Barrios, who has been ridiculously good through 102 innings this season. Only 74 hits and 24 runs allowed this year. 36 walks to 76 strikeouts, and a 2.11 ERA with a 1.07 whip, 8-3 on the season in 15 starts. He has been one of the best pitchers in the league this year to start the season, so we're going to focus in on him here in a player lock game, as there's a ground ball back up the middle. So there's a single here to begin the ninth for Christian Yelich, who's been kind of going back to his MVP form that we saw him bat in, 2018, 2019. But there's Aaron Judge, a 913 OPS, 18 home runs, and 48 RBIs for him. He's having a good year. Those home run numbers definitely off pace from what he did in real life in this season. This was last year, technically, so this would have been his 63 home run season that he had last year, but he's only got 18 right now. There's a line drive base hit by Judge here now, and very quickly there's 2 men on and 1 man out in this first inning for Austin Riley. Takes that slurve below the knees, and Riley, 825 OPS, 20 homers, and 53 RBIs, second in that NL All-Star, or in the AL All-Star third baseman voting, so he'll probably be in the All-Star game here. As there's a line drive, and that's another base hit. As Yelich is going to come around third, he's going to come home to score. The throw to third base is offline. And New York will jump on Jose Barrios here quickly in the first inning. It is 1-0. I mean, that's where the meat of their lineup is right there. That's where they get the most done on offense. There's a slurve swung on and missed from Valeriano. I mean, this team, really outside of the top 4 hitters in this lineup, it's not a lot to offer in this lineup. I mean, this team's lineup is just not very deep, unfortunately, as there's a slurve that somehow catches the outside part of the plate. And Isaharo Alfaro here only batting 225 with, below 700 OPS, 7 homers and 19 RBIs this season. So far as there's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Good pitch by Barrios, who had a rough first inning right there. Gave up 3 hits, but only 1 run, so it could have been worse for him, but definitely not the start that he was looking for today. As we go to the bottom of the second, here's Jalen Miller, only batting 190 right now. There's a swing by Miller, though, and that ball is caught in left field. Wow, what a play. JD Martinez out there on left, I believe, as, man, he's not known for his defense, but that was a full-out extension to make that catch. What a grab by Martinez in left. So now 2 out in the inning here for Christian Yelich. And there's a swing and a miss on a curveball outside. And that was a good inning right there by Barrios. Much better than his first frame of work in this ball game. As 3-2 here, 1-0 is the score. Reapers still without a hit here. Still relatively early on, though. So we go now bottom of the third inning. Here's Jeff McNeil. 0-for-1 in the game. He's been all right this season as that ball hits Barrios, and Barrios goes tumbling to the turf, and that is a scary scene. That is not good, as Barrios is going to have to exit the game right here. I guess they say it's nothing more than a bruise on that, but he got hit in the head, so they're definitely going to be checking, concussion protocol. But that was a little scary there. Barrios collapsing onto the turf after he got hit right there. He got hit right in the forehead with that pitch. Now, Brusdar Graterol coming out of the bullpen here for Houston, and, in 38.1 innings, not doing so hot right now. I mean, the ERA is near 5, but that's definitely a serious hit. I mean, there's a lot that could really go wrong in that kind of a scenario. That's the kind of injuries that can knock you out for, over 6 months in this game. But it appears that Barrios won't miss a whole lot of time, which is definitely a good sign. But a 1-2 here now to Aaron Judge is a ground ball, and Duffy is not going to be able to get there. Now that probably could have been a play that maybe would have been made by Duffy. I'm not sure why he didn't try and reach down and make that play. But now Austin Riley is up here, and Riley's going to swing it over the glove of Duffy. That time Duffy can't make a play on that ball as it goes all the way to the wall. Yastrzemski did not pick it up, but now he doesn't throw it back into the infield right away. And all the way from first comes Aaron Judge to score on a triple by Austin Riley. His first of the season, and that ball was crushed. It just went right into the right spot here. Yastrzemski, and he couldn't pick it up there. And then he was at the wall. I'm not sure. I thought I pressed the button right away when I picked up the baseball there, but apparently not. As now Miguel Cabrera is going to fly it into the air, and Yastrzemski is going to catch it here, but the throw to the plate is not going to be in time, as Riley will come in from third on a sacrifice fly by Miguel Cabrera, and so that's another run for New York. They're up 3-0 now here in the third. So now Jorge Alfaro at the plate here, and a 2-1 to him is a ground ball. Nice stop by Freddie Freeman, and he beats Alfaro to the bag. What a play by Freeman. I mean, the Reaper is showing off some defense early on in this ball game. As, yeah, that's another full-on extension right there from Freddie Freeman, who does just make the play, but 7 hits and 3 runs already in this game for the Honey Badgers. So we go all the way to the top of the 5th inning here, and Mike Drew is up, and he's going to line it to second base. And that's kind of how this game is going right now for the Houston hitters. A perfect swing timing ground out. That is very unfortunate there for Mike Drew. Here now is Jesus Sanchez at the plate with 2 out and nobody on in this 5th inning. As Chris Paddack really working on a great game here, as there's a swing and a ball flowing into the outfield. That one is going to get down and off of the wall there in left. So Sanchez will have himself an extra base hit. That's a double into the gap. His 10th double of the season. And so now James McCann here is going to try and do something. As there's a ground ball, but that's right to second base. Jalen Miller makes the play. And that'll win the top of the 5th inning. So not much for the Reavers. That was only their 2nd hit of the night here. And we're halfway home. It's a 3-0 game still. As here's Alberto Mondesi to start off the top of the 6th inning. And that's a swing and a miss there on a circle change. That was a good pitch by Paddack. And I mean, Paddack has been one of the better pitchers as well recently this season. He's been very good. And he's another one of those younger pitchers in this league. So really nice to see him perform as well as he has this season as he gets another strikeout there. Now it's Freddie Freeman. And Freeman's going to tap it over to Paddack at first, or pitcher. And he's going to throw it over to Cabrera at first base to end the inning. So, man, that's another scoreless inning by Chris Paddack. And it still remains a 3-0 score. As we are, in fact, going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning here. And there's Miguel Cabrera. He's slowed down a little bit this season. Only batting .266 now, but still he's having a good year. So there's Daniel Hudson out of the bullpen for Houston. Good in 32 innings this season so far with a 2.53 ERA. 1-1 here to Cabrera is a fly ball to Sanchez, who is going to let that one drop out in front of him for a single. So there is a hit for Cabrera here. One of the first times that we've seen some action from this New York offense in a while. Now it's Laureano, and he's going to take that circle change there for strike 3. Ramon Laureano, the 2nd strikeout of the game for him. As, yeah, that one just at the top of the zone. Good pitch right there by Daniel Hudson. As now a 2-1 is a grounder over to short. Mondesi will throw it to first base, and they do get the out. It's a good pick there by Freeman at first. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th. And Awesome Kim here is going to swing and miss and strike out. Good pitch by Hudson there. We'll take one more look at it here. And, I mean, that's just nasty. Starts in the zone, and then it dips below it for that 3rd strike. Just great movement on it. Now Austin Riley is up with 2 on and 2 out. There's a fly ball. It's deep into left field. Martinez is at the wall, and he's going to raise his arm up and make the catch right in front of the wall. Good job. I mean, that was a good hit there by Riley, but nothing happening, you know, run-wise or anything there. It's at 9 hits for the Honey Badgers in this game. As here is Anthony Bender, and in 14 innings, a decent sample at this point, 5.79 ERA, and I mean those averages are pretty high, 3.13 against righties and 3.71 against lefties this season. Here's Jesus Sanchez in the 8th, and Jesus Sanchez is going to swing and crush a ball into right field. It's back, and that ball goes into Homer's Landing and right for a bomb. And there is number 12 for Sanchez this season, and finally Houston gets on the board here in the 8th. So a double, now a homer for Jesus Sanchez. And, you know, a young guy, 24 years old. And, you know, hopefully he can do what he's kind of done in our Marlins franchise, turning into a really good hitter in that franchise. 422 feet there, right into the Homer's Landing area. I believe those were the bullpens are at in this stadium in New York. I like this stadium here in New York for sure. As here's Roberto Mondesi, 0 for 3. Has already struck out once today. And he is going to swing and miss at that one there. A pretty ugly looking swing at a slider inside. But Jesus Sanchez will get the Reapers on the board with only their 3rd hit of the whole game here in the top of the 8th inning. So it's 3-1 as we go into the middle of the 8th. We're just going to skip ahead and go to the 9th here in this one. And here's Kirby Yates back out on the mound, and he got his 20th save. We just saw him earlier, and now he's looking for save number 21 on the season. 2.42 ERA for him now going into this outing. And here is Matt Duffy coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game so far. As Kirby Yates leading in for an 0-1. It's a ground ball, and it's right to shortstop as that play will be made for the first out here of the 9th inning. And so a good start for Yates. 2 pitches in. He's got it out already. And now striding to the plate is Freddie Freeman, as he is 0 for 3 as well in this ball game. As a 1-2 here to Freeman. As a swing and a line drive. That ball is deep into right field, and that ball is gone. That one goes into Homer's Landing as well. And man, a line drive shot by Freddie Freeman, his 17th of the season, and it is a 1-run game here in the 9th. A 3-2 lead now for New York, and that ball got out in a hurry. Knew it right away though, and no doubt Homer, 391 feet there, absolute line drive home run. And now it's Rafi Devers. So this is the meat of their order for sure in this 9th inning, as there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Devers now with a base hit to keep the 9th inning going. And he is the tying run on base. Fire it up after that single. So now here's JD Martinez as that fastball misses outside for ball 3. So Yates kind of losing his command a little bit here and just losing it as in general in this 9th inning right now. Got to get back on track. Got that first out really quickly here. But there's ball 4 to JD Martinez. So there's a hit and a walk here now to put 2 on with only 1 man out for Mike Drew. He's 0 for 3 in this game today. 252 average on the season with 11 homers and 33 RBIs. And let's see what he does here in this 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball back up the middle, and it's through into the outfield for a base hit. Coming around to score is Rafael Devers. And Mike Drew with a massive hit to tie the game. It's 3-3. Right back up the middle. Beautiful swing by Mike Drew. And what a comeback here by the Houston Reapers as Paul Blackburn comes out of the bullpen. And I mean, not a great season from him. He has 28 walks in already this season. That is a lot. There's a fly ball by into the outfield here that is caught. I didn't even really see who was up right there, but that's an out. So the runner at second will tag up and go to third base. I believe that was Mike Yastrzemski there and at bat. But here's now Jesus Sanchez. He's had a home run already earlier in the game in the 8th inning. Now he comes up again. There's a line drive into right field. Back at the wall is the right fielder. And it's gone. Jesus Sanchez, his second long ball of the game. And that one gives the Reapers a 6-3 lead. A 5-run ninth inning. Stunning New York here in their own ballpark. Wow, and Jesus Sanchez at the crux of it started the rally with that home run in the 8th, and he has completed the rally here in the 9th. Another line drive homer there into right field, only 356 feet. That one was even shorter than the one that Freeman hit earlier in the inning. But now there's a swing and a miss. That was pretty filthy there, but the damage is done by Houston here. 5-run ninth inning. And this game has changed now. Houston 3 outs away from a victory. And here's Paul Sewell. Then 17 saves and 19 opportunities. He does have a pretty concerning 5.09 ERA though, and a 3.02 average against righties. So overall, not an amazing year so far by Paul Sewell. But looking for save number 18 on the season. There's a fly ball into center field, and Jesus Sanchez is there, makes the play. So now 2 down here in the 9th inning, and at only 5 pitches, so 1 more out to get. And here's Christian Yelich, is 1 for 4 with a single earlier in the game. That was way back in the 1st inning, though, in this one, and remember he scored off of that base hit. And here comes the first pitch is another fly ball, and Sanchez backing up a little deeper this time, but he settles under it, makes the play, and ends the ball game. And Houston wraps up a 6-3 lead. All of their offense coming in the last 2 innings in this game, but they do get the win. And Berrios is, walking out onto the field again after, getting hit in the head. So that's a really good sign. It doesn't even seem like he passed concussion protocol, and it doesn't look like he's going to be on the bench and on the injured list for a long time, which is a good sign for sure. But, man, what a comeback there by the Reapers. Down by 3 runs going into the 8th. There was 2 outs in the 8th inning, and they got 1 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th to come all the way back in that one. They get their 44th win of the season here, and meanwhile 41-37 now on the year. The Honey Badgers are only 4 games above 500 after this game here. As a player of the game, definitely Jesus Sanchez. 3 for 4, a couple of home runs, and a double for him today. And Freddie Freeman also had a home run here in this one. New York, you had a couple RBIs from Dansby, from Austin Riley as well in that game. But now we go back to the calendar, and another huge injury. This is probably the biggest one, actually, that we have had this season. Nick Castellanos, I believe, got injured earlier this season, but Trevor Story has just torn his rotator cuff, and he's going to be out for over 6 months. So that is a season-ending injury right there to, their starting shortstop, and, one of the best hitters here on this lineup. He was kind of, he was hitting the ball pretty well. Cavan Biggio here looks like is going to take his spot, and a pretty easy decision. Cavan Biggio is actually hitting very well right now in 201 at-bats. He's got a 274 average, 13 homers, and 31 ribbies. So that is definitely unfortunate, though. He was having a little bit of a struggling start to the year, but Story was picking it up recently, and, he had been hitting the ball a lot better than he was in the beginning of the season recently, and, of course, he, had a really good game with that. He had a couple of home runs in the last game that he played in, so that's a big injury right there for Boston. Trevor Story out for basically the rest of the season. We'll see if he can even make it back, but, that's his over 6-month injury right there. So we will now go into the last game. Basically, this is not the last game before the All-Star break, but this is the last game that we will cover for the franchise here before the All-Star break. And, these are 2 of the top teams in baseball right here in the Nashville Stars and the Indianapolis Arrows. As Nashville goes into this game with 56 wins, and the Arrows go in with 55, and maybe that's reversed. Actually, I'm not sure, but both of these teams have 55 wins at least already this season. And there's Brad Keller coming out and starting in this game for Nashville, who has been the best team in the, these are the two of the top teams in the National League, and they've got some good pitching, but both these teams have a really good offense here. And we'll take a look at this lineup for the Arrows. You have David Fletcher leading off, Zach Beam batting second, Vladimir Guerrero batting 298, Cedric Mullins batting 299, Josh Donaldson, Mark Canha, Danny Jansen, Austin Hayes, and then Yovi Vivas, the rookie there, batting last. But, I mean, Vladdy has been amazing this season, batting 298 and 963 OPS, nearly 30 home runs and 63 RBIs. That is tied for second in the National League. No surprise, he's one of the best young guys in baseball, and he has certainly been one of the best hitters in the league for sure this season. I mean, a first-round draft pick by Indianapolis when this league began, and I mean, clearly there is a reason for that, as that's a catch made in center field by Mike Trout. And we'll go to the bottom of the first inning. That was a clean top half of Brad Keller. And pitching on the mound here in this game for the Arrows is Dylan Cease. 18 starts and a 3.57 ERA, which is not bad at all. 108 innings, 95 hits, a 1.36 whip. I mean, the walks are pretty good for him, only 52. And over 100 strikeouts. So Santiago Espinal batting 275, only a below 700 OPS, but he's getting on base at a decent rate this season. There's a ground over to third. And there's an out there by Cease to begin the game. And with that, we will also look at this Nashville batting order above the stadium here in Indiana, or in Nashville, actually. Santiago Espinal there, J.D. Davis, Mike Trout batting 336, Kyle Schwarber, Paul Goldschmidt batting 297, Francisco Lindor, Gavin Lux, Manny Pena, and Victor Robles there batting last. But Mike Trout, an over 1 OPS, 24 homers, and 63 RBIs. He's going to be the All-Star starting catcher in the All-Star game without a doubt. And, I mean, he is the best overall hitter in the league. As there's a swing and a drive into left field as that ball is gone! And he will prove my words right there with that swing. Another homer for Mike Trout here in this first inning. Has 25 of them now on the season here before the All-Star break. That is impressive. Not really impressive for Mike Trout, though, because those are just the numbers that he puts up all year, every year for him. As, man, that ball was crushed down the left field line. So an early 1-0 lead. Here's Paul Goldschmidt batting 297 this season. Kind of started out the year a little slow, but he has been catching fire. And he has been one of the better hitters in the National League this season. He will probably be the All-Star starting first baseman for the NL going into that game. As then a nice swing and a nice home run there by Mike Trout. 2 hits in that first inning for the Nashville Stars. Brad Keller here on the top of the second, and he is going to get a swing and a miss there on that slider. So that's the first one for Keller today in this game. Now here's Mark Canha. 1-2 to him is in a swing and a miss at the top of the zone. There is a great pitch by Keller. And a couple of strikeouts there in that second inning. And so far, he's pitched 2 clean innings to this point in this game, with Nashville up 1-0. So we go top of the third here, as there's a swing and a miss, and that's their catcher blanking on the name. Man, I don't know how I do remember that name. Is now 1-2, and there's another swing and a miss as Austin Hayes cannot catch up to that pitch. And man, how about 4 strikeouts here already for Keller, as that's ball 3. So Zach Veen sitting on deck. Dominic Fletcher is going to reach, as that is ball 4. So 2 men on base now here in this third inning. As here is Zach Veen, 0 for 1 in the game. 4 home runs and 25 RBIs, below 700 OPS for Zach Veen. So he's not hitting overly well this season for sure. And there's a ground ball that is stopped by the third baseman. There's not going to be a play, and the bases are loaded. That's an infield hit for Zach Veen. And now it's Vladdy. Let's see what he does here. This swing into center field. Mike Trout moving over. He will not get there as that ball falls in for a single. 1 run scores. Now 2 runs coming home and getting thrown out of the plate is Zach Veen. Great relay by the outfield there. And so 2 runs by Indianapolis with that double. But it's a 2-1 lead. They could have had more. And I don't know, that probably was a play that Mike Trout maybe should have made. A little bit of a bad angle to that baseball there by Mike Trout. As there's a strikeout by Dylan Cease, and he's going to get another one there. As that's J.D. Davis swinging at a ball near his eyes. A couple of strikeouts in that inning. The first 2 of the game for Dylan Cease. So end of the 3rd inning here. Arrows up 2-1. As a full count pitch here is ball 4. So that's another walk. The second one of the game given up here by Keller already. And now up is Mark Canha. See the 2-2 pitch to Canha. Is a swing and a drive into left field. That one's crushed. And it is gone. Mark Canha with home run number 18 on the season. And that was a no-doubter. It's 4-1 Indianapolis. Man, love these Arrows uniforms. And this team in general, really, really fantastic good team. I did not expect this team to be this good going into the year. I knew that Cedric Mullins and Vladdy were really good on this roster. But man, 435 on the distance. That was a bomb. Mark Canha has been surprisingly good as well for this team this year. As now up here is a swing and a miss. And it's that catcher again, who I can't remember the name of, as strikeout number 5 for Keller. As there's a ground ball and a nice stop by Davis. And the throw to first is in time to end the top of the 4th inning. But Mark Canha will extend the lead a little bit here for the Arrows in this 4th inning. It makes it 4-1, and as we go to the middle of the 4th inning. When we look at that swing, and Canha, admiring that home run. So here's Paul Goldschmidt at the plate, and he is going to swing and miss there. Good off-speed pitch. Really hard to get a guy that good swinging like that at this pitch. But let's take another look here. The 3rd strikeout of the game for Cease, and that was just filthy. Started out in the middle of the zone and then went down to the knees of the hitter there. Francisco Lindor is going to pop it up into the outfield here. And Cedric Mullins, pretty deep center field, but he has enough room. Makes the catch to end the 4th inning. So a clean inning there for Dylan Cease. We go now to the top of the 5th inning here, and there's a swing and a miss. Zach Veen way late on that high fastball. 6 strikeout already for Keller today. So he's kind of got the strikeout pitch working decently, but, has kind of struggled to just be consistent in this game and has made a couple of mistake pitches. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Gavin Lux at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in this game so far. Here, as there's a swing and a line drive. That is down for a hit. As going to first base is Lux. That's a big-time single here for Gavin. And now Manny Pena is at the plate. And Pena takes a look at that 4-seam fastball high in the zone for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 in this game, only batting .212 this season here so far. As a 2-2 pitch from Cease is a line drive, and that ball is down, and that ball is going to go a long way. All the way to the wall. Let's see if they try and test the runner. They're going to go home with it here. And the throw to the plate is offline. Manny Pena with an RBI double. Gavin Lux all the way from first. Only his 4th double of the season. But there's a big run for the Stars. They are now trailing by only a couple here. It's 4-2. Pena fired up there with that extra base hit. Now here's Victor Robles, and he is going to take a changeup way up there for ball 4. And a little bit of a struggle in here in this inning by Dylan Cease. As here's Santiago Espinal. Cannot say his name, unfortunately. They're 0-2. And Espinal is going to lay down a bunt, and this is going to be a really good sacrifice, as the runners will move up to second and third. Big time bunt there by Espinal. That is going to be scored as a sacrifice. Now here's J.D. Davis, and it's a ground ball, but it's right to the third baseman. No chance to go home on that. And, man, that is not what the doctor ordered right there for Nashville. And now it's Mike Trout, so it'll be up to him. He's 1 for 2 with that home run that he had last time. He's 4 for 9 with a homer in this series now. And the first pitch is a line drive to Austin Hayes, who makes the play. Catches it just on a line there right before it drops in. So, I mean, a chance for more runs in that inning, but the Stars do get one off of the Manny Pena double to make it 4-2 here as we go to the 6th now. So out of the bullpen is Ronaldo Lopez, and he's been one of the best relievers in the league this season. 102 innings and a 2.56 ERA, 67 strikeouts and 39 walks. Great averages against. He has been excellent and a perfect long reliever for the Stars this year. He'll be likely headed to the All-Star game, as there's Josh Donaldson coming to the plate here in the 6th, and he is going to swing and miss at a ball way in the dirt. That one was filthy. And so Donaldson strikes out. And now 2 down here in the inning. And here is the catcher. There's a swing and a miss. That's Danny Jansen. That's who that catcher is there for the Arrows. And Danny Jansen will strike out. Now we go to the top of the 7th inning. And here is Austin Hayes, 0 for 1 with a walk in this game. 1-2 to Hayes. A swing and a drive on a curve. As that ball is hit out into deep right field, or left field, and it's gone! Austin Hayes with a home run. His 12th of the year. And it is a now 5-1 lead for the Arrows. So they extend their lead a little further. And Hayes has been kind of struggling at the plate this season relatively. But that is a big swing for him. And yeah, that curve high in the zone. I mean, on the outside part of the plate, but definitely left that one too much down the middle right there for Hayes to absolutely crush. 379 on the distance into right field. Oh, actually, it's 5-2. Never mind. It's a 3-run lead for Indianapolis, as that is a strike 3 called on Yorban Vivas for the first down here in the 7th inning. And Lopez here just trying to recover from that home run. He's got 2 down in the inning now. And here's Zach Veen up again. He's 1 for 3 in the game with that infield single he had earlier. And it's a fly ball, and it is caught by Kyle Schwarber out of left. I think that's who the left fielder is for Nashville. But the Arrows will add on to their lead here. They're back up by 3 again. It is 5-2 as we go into the 7th inning stretch here in Nashville.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
As Cole Sulser comes out of the bullpen, and he's been really good for the Arrows in 42.1 innings so far this season. Here's Victor Robles to the plate. And the 1-2 to him. Here is a swing and a miss at a curveball outside of the zone. Great pitch there by the reliever. And now we go to the 8th inning here. And here's Pedro Baez. 31.1 innings for him this season. A 3.45 ERA. Not too bad. Not great either. But only 32, only 8 walks to 32 strikeouts. So those are pretty decent numbers here. And looking to get a hold in this game, as there's a line drive base hit right there. And so there's a man on here with 1 out now for Mike Trout. Heat of the order. 1-2 to Trout here is a swing and a miss on that fastball. Man, that is a big pitch by Pedro Baez. As here's Kyle Schwarber at the plate now, and Schwarber's going to hit a long drive, then will go foul down the line. That was crushed. Hot Helmer in distance on it, but, you know, didn't stay fair to go gone. As here's the 1-2. It's a fly ball. Mullins in center field will get there, and that is the catch is made there. That's the end of the 8th. And so, man, Nashville kind of misses out on another opportunity there with a man on base as end of 8 innings, and it's a 5-2 lead for the Arrows. So we go into the top of the 9th inning here, and Mark Hanna leading off this inning, but I just wanted to quick sim this top of the 9th inning here, as that is strike 1 by Ronaldo Lopez. But we got to go in here. I wanted to quick manage this top of the 9th. And there's a pitching change by Nashville here. I'm not sure why they didn't do that in the beginning of the inning. But Mark Canha walks. Danny Jansen gets a base hit. And Austin Hayes, he's batting below 200 this year, gets a base hit and an RBI to score runs. So, I mean, there's still nobody out. There's one out here now. Fletcher gets out, and there's a fielder's choice. So, unfortunately, Indianapolis will get a run back. But now it's a 6-2 lead for the Arrows. But there's a swing and a drive by Goldschmidt. Hayes is at the wall. That ball's down the line, and it's gone. As there's a home run by Paul Goldschmidt. That's his 25th of the year as well this season. And, I mean, he has been an incredibly hot hitter this season. And it is a 3-run game again. So, you know, get back in the game any way you can. Need some base runners. But Paul Goldschmidt gets that one just down the line, as it is a home run. So now it is a save situation. And with that, we're going to bring out Garrett Whitlock, who has been great in 36 games, 31 saves, and 33 opportunities, and a 1.53 ERA, 28 strikeouts to 4 walks. One of the better closers in baseball. Probably will be an all-star this year. As here's a 1-1 with Francisco Lindor. Nice stop by Whitlock with his glove, and he turns around and makes the play. That was a good play right there made by Garrett Whitlock. I believe he's left-handed, so he had to kind of spin around to make that throw to first base. But now it's down to Manny Pena. He's their last chance, or at least Nashville's last chance in this game. Down to the last strike. It's a ground ball to second base. Vivas is up with it, and he's going to throw it to first in time to get the out. So there is a win for the Arrows. I believe, I don't know if it's their 55th or their 56th or 57th win. But they do win this game here and take one from the Stars. The winning pitcher, Dylan Cease, gets the win. Keller gets the loss. Then Garrett Whitlock gets the save in this game. As, I mean, we saw some offense here by Nashville, but a monster base hit right there. And then the home run by Mark Canha. A home run by Austin Hayes, who also drove in a run later on in the game with a base hit. There's a home run by Paul Goldschmidt there down the line. But this is the final out again, a ground ball to Yorby Vivas. And so the Arrows lead that series. They win that series 2-1 over Nashville. And so Austin Hayes, player of the game, 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Dylan Cease gets the win with 6 innings with 4 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts allowed. And just an overall really good, solid start by him. Guerrero Jr. got a couple of RBIs. He's got 65 now. Hayes got 2 as well, and so did Mark Canha. But that will be the end of this episode here from me, everybody. I do appreciate you guys watching this and continuing to support this franchise. And as I said earlier on in the episode, we will have the stat recap of the first half of the season. That will be very quickly uploaded. I won't take a lot of time because there's not a lot of editing to do with that episode. So that'll be up relatively soon here. And then we will finish year 1 with the Marlins. So we got 2 more episodes, like 1 more episode before the final game of the season happens. And so we have 2 more episodes of season 1 until we get to potentially playoff time. But there's a look at Dylan Cease's line And I mean, a really good line by him. And good ERAs here by this bullpen. This is a good bullpen for sure in Indianapolis. Manny Paney with his 29th RBI. Goldschmidt's got 67 now, and Trout has 64. Both guys with their 25th homers of the year. But, you know, that'll be it for me. I do appreciate you guys. If you want to continue to be notified of when I come out with new videos, remember to hit that subscribe button and to be sure that you're not missing an upload here. Mitch Kelly gets the loss, 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. And then the bullpen, not great, honestly, for National League. Both of the bullpen guys gave up runs in this game. But that'll be it for me. Everybody, once again here, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day, everybody. And I will see you next time. God bless.